Dangerous.
I was doing some research on some of the star constellations, and what I've noticed is that the ancient Egyptians used to but they used to they understood that the Ursa Major and also the Draco constellations, and they worshiped those stars because those stars represented the spine. And we know that the spine is it's basically the backbone of the body. And what the main focus of the spine is to make sure that every cell, every organ, everything gets what it's supposed to get through the spine from the brain. So the spine was a major medium point for the body. So this is why most of our ancestors worship the North Star, Polaris, and they call Ursa Major the Great Bear, right? But we know that the English language is a very tricky language. So instead of Great Bear, which is B-A-R, is really the Great Bear, which is B-A-R-E, which means it bears a lot of burden, meaning that it had a great deal to make sure that every cell and every organ and every tissue in the body got what it needed from the brain through the central nervous system. So that's the main purpose of that. Another thing too is that it's about approximately 57 stars in that Ursa Major family, and ironically it's 57 different components to the spine. You got 33 vertebrae, 23 vertebrae disc, and 1 spinal cord, and that equals to 57 different parts to the spinal cord. So now we understand that they used to worship the spinal cord, which was a very important part of the central nervous system. That's why they worship the spine. Also, Draco comes from dragon. We know that no dragon ever existed. There's no such thing as a fire-breathing dragon. But if you look at the spine, you'll see the spine has the same curves. And if you ever look at the tail of a dragon, it looks like a cox. A cox is like the end of the spinal cord.
Right.
And you ever look at the tail of a dragon, you'll see that it's a cox. So what they're basically telling you is that is the spinal cord that you're looking at in the solar system, which is called the Ursa Major family. And that's a bunch of stars because they have the Little Dipper, the Big Dipper. They have a bunch of constellations there that make up that Ursa Major constellation. But yeah, I was doing that research this morning, and that came to me, and I said, "Oh man, this is gonna be amazing." You know, yeah. So that's basically it as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, when you said that, that's why it immediately came to mind. That's what the Djed pillar represents, which is the spine, and that goes right back into what you were saying, the stars. And that's why the Nodiac is right on time, because people need to definitely understand that the ancients definitely knew about the body parts, and that Sabius, that's a phase of noon, which is star honoring and star worship, and that's what, and the Zoot calls all these fools, especially through the mankind's inability to understand way back then or pass down information, or they got a hold of secrets without the proper interpretation, is that that they tried to turn that into it was extraterrestrials there, but it was actually the stars and the sun.
Correct.
And that's really what that is. So that's a great find.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. They woke me up out my sleep about 2:30 this morning. So I had to go in. I had to research a little bit more. I needed more confirmation, and I was looking up the term science and pseudoscience. And I didn't want people to fall into the category of pseudoscience, because pseudoscience, you need belief to keep a certain topic going when it comes to pseudoscience. But in science, you'll find more and more evidence to back your claims, not more and more belief. Because what pseudoscience does is you need more belief. What's happening right now is more and more confirmation is coming together using factual evidence. And also with that was the other thing I wanted to mention too, because the star Sirius is called Canis Major, which means it's the great dog, right? But we know that the Caucasian race is dyslexic. So what they're really trying to say, that Canis Major is really the great god. You understand? The same way how they tricked us and said that the whole Ursa Major constellation is the Great Bear, but it's really the Great Bear, B-A-R-E, meaning that the spine has a great burden. And what do you need to walk upright?
You
understand?
And that's why
you gotta carry a burden on your back or your spine to walk.
I'm sorry, yeah. And that's why they say if you don't have no courage, you don't have a backbone, or you don't have no spine.
That's right.
But if you don't have the stars, the true stars, which is actually the backbone or the foundation of all of this, the universe, because that's why the stars have to come first, and then they put the universal body in order, which is growing the actual body parts and organs and the planets and all that. And that's what you did. That is the spine of the one supreme being. Actually,
that's right.
Is the constellation. Wow! Yeah! Oh heck yeah!
I'm telling you, this thing gonna blow the roof right off their heads, man. Real for real. When people, get this research and stuff, and they can research it for themselves. They can see. I don't have to lie. They already know what's already out there. They already know that the Canis Major is called the Great Dog. But we know that the Caucasian is dyslexic and he's backwards from what we are. So everything that he do is going to make it backwards from what we do. So instead of calling it the Great God, it's really called the Great Dog. Right. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with the Great Bear.
And they have a thing, if you do a little research, they call the Djed, I just seen it. They call it the Djed, I think the spine of Osiris. It's conceptualized. Matter of fact, this is what it says right here. Pull it up real quick. It's conceptualized. What does it say? This person here made a comment that the Djed pillar conceptualized as the spine of Osiris, which was traditionally raised at the completion of the annual rites of Osiris in ancient Egypt in order to reestablish the right connection between the earth and the sky. The raising of the Djed pillar in ancient rites of Osiris not only memorialized the connection, but by comparing the human spine to the world axis, suggests that the human body and the cosmic body are analogous, an idea mirrored in the Kabbalah. So that's a little confirmation right there, just doing a little research, that the Djed pillar actually is, again, that shows that Osiris even gave praises to the stars. That's why they get that Osiris and all of them used to worship. That's really what that is. Sabianism through ancient, going down through evolution, just lost its interpretation. And it got switched out. But that means, because all of these, that's because Osiris is an underworld god, and that's a part of Geb, what we call Gipu, so that the earth herself knows that she came from, she was grew by Ripu, our local star or sun, and formed them all. And that without the sun, the backbone, nothing would exist. And that's where they got that whole life from. Same thing if your spine was to get damaged, you become crippled. You become paraplegic. You can't do nothing without your spine. You
That's done. Right. That's right. That's why Sirius A, which is Canis Major, is still a bright star, meaning that it's not in a sickly form yet, even though it is sick. Stars, just like human beings, they swell up when they sick, or when they eating bad, or when they're inflamed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they swell real bigger than what they used to be because they burn out most of their hydrogen. The same thing with a human being. When you burn out oxygen, what's happening is that your body starts to swell up. You understand what I'm saying? The same when a body is dead, same thing too. The body starts to swell up. So that's what's taking place. And this is more confirmation because Nawapians love to say that they come from planet Risk and this, that, and the third. But the thing about it is that we come from right here on planet Earth. See, we are a part of planet Earth as well. Because if you do just simple research, you'll see how much we are linked to planet Earth. For instance, planet Earth has what? About 71% what? Water on the planet? How much water we got in our body? About 71%. It's the same ratio. You understand what I'm saying? The same ratio. So anybody who want to come debate us about this, we can go toe to toe with it. You understand what I'm saying? But they're not gonna want to go toe to toe with it. They're gonna want to steal it, like they've been doing. Understand? So this is good confirmation just to bring it out and put it out there. So it's gonna be on and rocking, man. Yeah, and I was thinking about putting that on the next batch of posters I get done. Put those constellations all the way down the middle. All the way down the middle. The what you call it? The that spine. Right. And that's gonna represent the spine of the Nodiac. You understand? So right down the middle between the what you call it? Between the left and the right, I'm gonna put those constellations right down the middle, cause that right there is gonna smoke their boots, man. I'm telling you, people gonna want to know what like. They gonna go crazy when they see and hear it. That's why the book ain't come out yet, cause I gotta put all that stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put all that stuff in there. I gotta link it to ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? What our ancestors used to do. You know, and let them know that the Caucasian totally flipped this thing, calling it the Great Dog and King and the Great Bear and Draco, Dragon. Dragons never existed, but they needed to get away from the mythological aspect because they knew that if we were healthy in our right minds, guess what? Because if we were healthy in our right minds, we'll never be victim to whatever they religion, because we'll be able to think straight. But we're not thinking straight right now because the diet is bad. Everything is going bad right now. And plus the fact that the sun's also dying a scientific death. You know, even find out some more information too about the constellation Taurus. The Taurus constellation, which is a skeleton, that they're trying to repair their bones right now using titanium oxide. The main star in Taurus, forgot the name of it. No, it's Aldebaran. That's the name of the star. Aldebaran is literally infusing itself now with titanium oxide in order to fix itself. So basically what it's doing is dispersing titanium oxide to the other suns that's around it, since it's the main star. And the titanium oxide is basically what they use right now in therapy to repair bones and get it back to its strong state again. Right. So even by studying stars, you can find out what's the healing methods or whatever it is you need to do, because the stars are going to create the formula in order to fix themselves. So if we look at every single one of these main stars for every single one of these constellations, you'll find a cure to every single disease that we need to find. That's how powerful the stars are, just by studying the stars.